Good morning, friends. This is Corky, the Plum Creek Booksmith, and I'm back with another journal share. This one is an old ledger book that I took the front and back covers off and made a cloth spine for it. And the signatures, there's 3 signatures, and they're sewn through the ticking fabric on the spine. I have it tied shut with an old man's, it sounds like I'm talking about an old man, but a men's boot tie, boot strings. And so I have it goes around twice, and I have it tied here, and I have an old locker key here with the number 90 on it. And you can either untie it, or I have it so that I can just take it off like this, off and on like this. You just kind of squeeze the book tight a little bit, and it comes off. So, like I said, I have the cloth spine, and then it's glued on, plus it's fast. I put these paper fasteners on as well. So it's on there good and good to stay. The book boards are in good shape. They're stained up, and then I sealed them as well. Most everything in here is authentic. It's a lot of old ledger paper and then a lot of old ephemera. What isn't old or authentic, I'll let you know. There's maybe some copies of things. The measurements are 7 1/4 wide and 12 1/8 tall, almost 2-inch spine, and there's 200 plus pages inside. So we'll get started. I didn't do anything to the inside cover because I thought all of this was interesting. There's the Presidents of the United States, and let's see, the last one is number 27, William Howard Taft, and that goes to, he went through 1909. So I think the ledger book boards are that old at least. And then I covered the inside of those paper fasteners with this label, the fabric label. Okay, here's a ledger page that has the DEFG index notes there. I have a little extra writing here, and it's an old sales and service receipt from John Deere Service, and it's from the mid-50s. This one is a treasurer's office receipt from 1892, so you can add some writing here and on the back if you'd like. This is rather fragile, so probably wouldn't want to do a whole lot of flipping around and things like that, but you can use this front for writing. There's an old flinch card, and it's authentic. It's a map page. This is a book page from an old calculator book. It just always amazes me because these are rather old books, and the type setup on the publishing end of this just always amazes me because they didn't have desktop publishing. They didn't have computers. It was all typeset, I believe. So amazing. And then there's another receipt held on with a rusty paper clip, and this is from 1915. Oh, and then this page is just a page I made, a grid page on my computer, and I sprinkled some gold paint on. There's just some calculator tape. And then I've had this pretty book spine on my desk for a long time, so I decided to make a belly button. I can't even think what I want to call it now. It's not a belly button. Anyway, I have these old French postcards, and I think they are from the First World War. They're not written on. I got these in an antique store for like about 100 of them for $10. And I've done some scanning of them, but these are authentic. And then I tucked this in there too. This is from an old cursive writing book, and whoever had it embellished it with red and blue ink, filled in the loopy things in our writing. It says 8th grade. I thought we learned I thought we learned cursive like in 4th grade, 3rd or 4th grade, so this must be older when they, I don't know. Belly band. There you go. That's the name, belly band. And so I have, this flips out, and then these kind of keep it from opening. It's locked in now. And then on the back of that, where I held this belly band with paper fasteners, I have them covered with this cloth label fabric. And then there's an old postcard, and I love this lady. She's sitting on the fender of that car. And there's a camper, an old camper set up there too. And then just a couple pages of green stamps from a green stamp book. I think there was a fly that just went. Did anybody see that? The fly? It is summer. Okay, then there's another flinch card. It's authentic. And then this is a language. It's either French or Spanish. I can't remember which one I got. Oh, I think it's French because La Torte. So that must be French. I'm not sure. I have tons of those little cards. This is a page out of a school board treasurer or secretary book from 1876. And I just have it tucked in here where I had a short page and glued another page onto it. This is from I think it's like an elementary music book where they were teaching kids about, well, maybe it's not. It's got all the alphabet here. Okay. And then there's another one of those receipts. I just added to a short page, just tipped it in like that. Here's an old envelope. And I love the penmanship especially, but all you had to do is put the name of somebody and then the town. And it's from 1941, and it held a Christmas card. And so there's extra writing space if you want to use this for extra notes, plus you can use the inside for more notes. I put in some prescriptions from 1932. And I thought I had something else. Maybe it got, or that, nope, it's not in there. I must have put it somewhere else. Let's put that in front. I love the graphics on old Christmas cards. This is an authentic something or other from 1955. And I extended this page by folding it over and gluing this folio of an old note. Well, it's a great big note. Can't think of that word either. So anyway, more spaces to write. Here's a page out of that attorney's business docket ledger that I have. I'm losing my voice. I haven't had enough coffee yet. I'm going to take a slurp. Okay, and so it's rather, you can write on it, but where it's folded, it's a little cracked. And an old paper clip. And it holds a statement from the 1955 motor vehicle taxes. It's a statement for that. And I love this old envelope with the window here. And here's another authentic check from October of 1929 from the Third National Bank. And this is just something I printed. I added this index card from an old ledger, and it's just a skinny ledger, A and B, and I glued it on this short page and punched through there so I could put this old shoestring there. This is an authentic something or other, and it's something about, you went to the, what do I want to say? Anyway, you had a load of grain, and they weighed your grain, and then they paid you for it. $84. I'm not sure what kind of grain. I can't read that. Anyways, from 1954. Here's a flashcard and another one of those pages out of the penmanship book. I thought these are kind of fun. You can use them in collage or whatever. And the top tuck is a little shorthand dictionary book page. And I just put it on that page so I could make a tuck out of it. There's another one of those penmanship book pages where the red, white, and blue was featured. Doggone the luck. This is from the John Deere Plow Company. It's an invoice, and I love the color. It's a little old, of course, and it's from 1915. It's on an old 1929 ledger book page. And there's another flinch card. This is a copy of an old label. I think it's a wine label. Another ledger page that's blank. This is put on there with rusty staples, and it's a motor company, Lexington, Nebraska motor company from 1954. Must have had some repairs done. There's just a little invoice or a sales receipt, I think is what that is. This is just an envelope that I've made a tuck out of, or a pocket, I should say. And there's some goodies inside here. I think those are copies of, well, that's a copy of a calling card. There's an authentic calling card and an alphabet card. There's 2 of these. And so those go back in there. And then this is looks like a receipt for payment. It looks like to the Nebraska Children's Home Society, I think is what that is, like a donation. And it's from 1955. The attorney's business docket, I tipped into that. More writing space. This is a copy from a United States savings bond. I just made a little pocket out of it. Some more of my paper that I've splashed some gold paint on. This was a piece of ephemera from my last ledger haul, and it must be a ticket to the Odd Fellows Festival in Winchester, Illinois, Tuesday evening, January 30th, 1866. And then this is a page out of I think it's an Italian, it's a page from an Italian book or periodical, I think is what it is. I got some from Rachel at Roxy Creations, and I was so lucky I was able to get that. A bundle of Italian things, book pages and things like that. And this is another, like a statement or a receipt from the Texas Plow Company on a map, a big map page. And then I put some of these here and made little tuck spots. And these are French. I think this is a French card, and then I think this one is a Spanish learning card, like a flashcard. And then this is an authentic menu for somebody's marriage, 1952, September 8th, 1952. Mademoiselle Leon Marc and Monsieur Georges, or how would they say that? Anyway, LeBay. And this is all that was on their menu. And I made a little pocket out of it, and there's a French postcard in it. Oh, and this one, oh yeah, this one came from Patricia, Le Cafe Craft. And so I won one of her little giveaways, and this was in the batch, and so was this from 1932. So there we go. This is a ledger sheet, and it is it's got some weight for it, and so I have it stapled on with rusty staples, but you could write on the back, front and back. Just gives more room when there's a map page, you can't write on a map page, so I cover some of them with extra stuff to write on. There's another flinch card, and this is let's see, I think it's a deposit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's a deposit slip. 1955, maybe? I think that's what that is. Yep. And here's some more flashcards. And another page from the shorthand dictionary, made a tuck out of it. And there's a little tuck spot here. Put this pretty little girl here. Another flinch card. That's just a tab to help open things. this is what I was thinking of. Okay, so this is just a little envelope. Somebody had stolen the stamp, so I just made a little pocket out of it. And this is the letter that came in this particular envelope from 1930. And the reason I thought it was kind of fun is the front has October 31st, 6 p.m., 1930, Long Beach, California. And the person who is receiving this letter is in Shelton, Nebraska. So the back of the envelope had this little flap, and it says that on November 3rd of 1930, it arrived in Shelton, Nebraska. So I thought that needed to stay with the envelope. On the back side, I have this rusty pin here, and it holds this little receipt from 1954, the Lexington Mill and Elevator Company. Now, this is something from Rachel at Roxy Creations. It's a spread from an old book, and this paper is amazing. I think it's the rag paper that she has a lot of times. And this is really fun because when they made this book and had it all ready, they forgot to cut the pages. So I have this whole spread here of 4 pages from that book. Isn't that interesting? And it's all modeled, and what do they call it? Foxing. There's foxing on all of these pages. It's really cool. And then this again is a copy from the Savings Bond book. And then this is a copy of a cute little book. It's just the copy of the book cover. And then here's some more of that. The bill from 1915 from the John Deere Plow Company. It's an invoice. And I love the color. And it's pretty old. Put a little bit of eyelet trim here. I didn't want it to be a fancy feminine journal. I just wanted it to be like a working journal or ledger. And then I found these, I think it was on the Graphics Fairy. I found these images, and I just thought, oh, they just need to be in this book. So I had to cut down the middle a little bit. It's some images of the calendar for 1899 and sweet violets. So all of these they're not violets, but they look like, well, they're purple, so they look like violets. That darn fly, he thought that was a real flower. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So I made the top one a top tuck, and maybe I should start in the middle. The middle is a belly band. It's not a belly button, it's a belly band. And then the bottom is a tuck, and these are all some little flashcards that you can use in your journaling. Another page out of the Treasures book. And here's some prescriptions, authentic ledger page. And here's another Banks something or other. I thought the color was really cool. It's from the mid-50s. And here's another check. It's a canceled check. I love how they punch all these holes through them. And another thing that just blows my mind, people thought were so trusting back in the old days. They wrote their checks in pencil. So if I wanted this to be, 82, I could just pencil in 82. But then I guess you have to, anyway, you could erase it all and start over. You could drain somebody's bank that way, or their account. I guess they didn't think evil like me back then. And here's a couple more. Oh no, that's just one check. So there's lots of authentic ephemera in this. And these pages are so big, they had to be folded over on themselves. Here's some more of the calculation pages. And this one, I just made this page bigger, and you can write a little bit in here, but I wanted the back of this to be this, so it's just 2 pages glued together. And this is a page out of a 1946 Ladies' Home Journal. And so I have it glued in, like on this page here. And so there's a great big ad for Claps Baby Foods. Never heard of them. And then I made a pocket here with an old piece of printed cardstock with a lacy tablecloth, I think was what that was, or maybe some curtains. I better stop talking so much and just go through it. A lot of it's repeats. If there's something new, I'll talk about it. Oh, here we go. Here's an old envelope that my postman gives me when I when I send him off with postage due piece of mail. Then he sends me back the money that I overpaid. So I just grunged it up real good. I think I turned it inside out so that the type wasn't showing. It's on the inside now. And so here's two snapshots, a mommy and her little boy in the front of their house. And then I don't know what this is all about. This must be a soldier and his sisters, maybe his mom or aunt. I don't know. Wait, now he's pretty old, so maybe their daughters. I bet it says on the back. July 10th, 1937, Cassie, George, and Emma. And then this one is Marvel and Larry Jean, age 11 months. He was born August of 41, taken in Oakland, California. And it must not have gotten processed till 1942 because they didn't waste film. They only took pictures of what they wanted at the time and didn't process their film till it was done. And these are old Spellbound cards. I like the back, so I put them in here, and I made little pockets out of these little Admit One tickets. And then there's more snapshots tucked in the belly band. There's some more prescriptions. There's like 3 or 4 here, 3. And those are from, sometimes they don't put a date on, 1932. And this is a flood picture, and I don't know where. Main Street, July 12th, 1923, I think is what that says. And then here's a nice little snapshot of a family. Looks like several generations. Another flinch card. Here's a pocket. This is an old bank statement from 1950 something or other. 1955. And it's heavy paper. Another language card. And then this is another book page from Roxy. I think it's from Roxy. And it's that rag paper as well. It's yummy. Another envelope, and it has a Christmas card in it as well. It's really pretty. And it doesn't open all the way up because it has this ribbon that goes through. But it is cut here. I don't know. I didn't do that. I don't know. But anyway, you could probably write on some of this, like back here. It could be a secret. And some more prescriptions. And this little stamp, I think it's like the March of Dimes stamp from 1939. It was on the back of the letter or the envelope, so I put it on the front. Another canceled check. Here is another folio from an old rag book, a book with rag paper, and it's not cut either. So there's lots of writing space. Wouldn't that be fun to have a little diary and you write around the margins? Rusted paper clip is holding that in. Oh, this was over here, another little language card. There's a canceled check. Here's a card from an Old Maids card set. And then this is a page that was in some things that Patricia sent me. It looks like a calculating kind of thing as well. Here's another index page from an old ledger. And I put it on a short page, and I put some baker's twine here, and then there's a couple charms. Another little hidden pocket. And I think these aren't envelopes. I think I said the other one before was an envelope, but these are actually like pasta boxes that you have the window. So I just cut it down and used it as a pocket. And there's another old ledger book page. And I think I have this one just tipped in. It's not part of the spine. It's just tipped in. It's a spread. And then back here is a pocket that has another of the treasure report page. This is just stapled on, just a little extra place to write. And here's a little pocket I made out of a ledger page, and I folded it over on itself and made this little pocket here. So it holds another old maid card and some more goodies here for extra writing. And here's another tuck spot with the shorthand book page, and it has a couple cards here. And then I put this string on it so it wouldn't get lost down in there. And then there's another little pocket here that holds this little picture. And this is a copy from a scrapbook that I have that has these, that had a whole bunch of school days pictures. I think it was either last day of school or first day of school, because a lot of the pictures were taken around the outside of a school. Okay, here's another pocket that I made from a copy of the Savings Bond book. There's a little green stamp. There's a Chances card from Monopoly. Here's Vermont Avenue. So if you ever wanted to have that property, you've got it now. And here's an old card, playing card. And I think I got it from either Patricia or Rachel. And this is from, I think, Patricia. So this would probably be somewhere in France. Not real sure, because I can't read French. And then this was with that as well. It's just some notes, or it's a letter written. It says 1980, but it sure looks older than that. It's just fun to have. And some more green stamps. And there's some more language cards. And we are almost to the end, boys and girls. Here's some money receipt. They're perforated, so you can use one or all of them. You can take them off. And these are clipped on here. There is canceled check, an old. I think this was from Patricia. And I can't see what date, 1926, I think that's what it probably says. And then there's the letter inside it, 1925, that looks more like 1925 there. So there's a letter inside it. It's really cool. It looks almost like the same handwriting as that one with red ink, but this is 1925. And it's written on kind of a gridded paper. And it's really soft. I don't think it's fragile, but it's just really a soft paper. So those go in there too. And then there's this treasurer's office receipt, and it's on with a bulldog clip. And then this was clipped on as well, and it's another page out of the Ladies' Home Journal, 1946. So there's the ads from 1946, nice and colorful and pretty. And then on the back I made a little, I don't know, holder, I guess. This is a copy of a baptismal page or certificate, and it's in French, I believe, or I'm not sure. I shouldn't say for sure. It's not part of what I got from Patricia. The original is in a metal box that I got on an auction with all kinds of goodies in it. And I'm thinking I'm going to show that box with all the insides in it, and then I'm going to add more ephemera to it, and I'm going to sell it probably in the next few days. I'll get something all ready. I'll have them separate. I'll have the additional ephemera that I'm going to put in it, like in an envelope or a baggie or whatever, but it'll be separate from what came in the original box. So that flips up with more writing. Can't see it. Okay, there you go. And then this pocket has all kinds of ephemera. There's a Quizmo card game, or Quizmo game card, I should say. There's a long flashcard. And then these little things are from a game, like a spelling game. And then this is a page out of a Swedish grammar book. So that goes in that big pocket back here. And then here's some they're blank checks. So you can go to town and see how far you get if you try to pay with these blank checks. And then this is very, very old. Can't remember where I got it, but it might have been in some of my ledgers. But it is from, I thought there was a date. Yeah, 1867. It might be a 1, but it looks like maybe a 7. But it's pretty darn old. Look at that writing, amazing. Okay, so that goes there. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. And some more of those language flashcards. So that, my friends, is the end. I hope you liked what you saw. It'll be on my Etsy store soon, probably in the next day or maybe today. I don't know. I've got so much to do. Our county fair is going and I always help out. So if you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave a message down below. I'd love to read your messages. So I will be off and I wish you a great day. Bye now.